your first session of the TOEFL IBT preparation course. My name is Ms. Caroline, and I'll be helping you through this information. The background behind this project is a collaboration between me, the English Language Fellow, and Education USA. My name is Ms. Caroline, and I'll be helping you through this course. USA Education and me, the English Language Fellow, have joined together with the University of Education in Ho Chi Minh City to provide this free TOEFL IBT course for students in Vietnam. But you can get more information about USA Education and on the 8th floor in the Diamond Plaza. They have excellent resources for studying abroad, and we'll talk a little bit more about this organization later. Just as I said, Education USA also has a website, and this can be a great guide for the steps to preparing to study abroad. Just go to US Education USA Education also has a website. This can help guide you through the steps to preparing for studying abroad. You can go to their website, usaeducation.state.gov, and you can also like their page on Facebook to find out more about study abroad fairs, study abroad information, as well as academic and cultural events at the American Center. You can visit their office in the Diamond Plaza, as I mentioned, for more individualized help. You can get information for you and your parents about many different things, like schools, financial aid, or visa preparation. It's best if you set up an appointment for a consultation. You can do this by calling the number on the screen or sending an email. There are also walk-in hours, which are listed on the right of this slide. So, throughout this course, you will be exploring each of these topics with me. You will also be required to complete quizzes, pre- and post-video reflections, and practice questions and exams. Don't worry, all of the information is included inside your course materials. Each section has a guide. You should read this first. Feel free to watch these videos more than one time. TOEFL vocabulary is very technical. It is absolutely okay to pause and look up a word or replay a confusing section. Today's focus is all about the TOEFL IBT test. In general, the TOEFL IBT measures your ability to use English. You will be using all 4 skills. The TOEFL is the most accepted test in the world for undergraduate, graduate, and postgraduate programs. Of course, remember that the TOEFL IBT is completed on a computer. You will need to complete an online registration. If you go to the ETS TOEFL website, you can find more details. Registration is usually available 3 to 4 months before the test date. Remember to register early. Seats can fill up very quickly. If you are taking the exam in Ho Chi Minh City, you can see the address for where it will be taken on the screen. Okay, so there is something that we should discuss before we start. Many people can't decide if they want to take the TOEFL or the IELTS exam. So this really depends on you. But right now, we will just take a look at the similarities and the differences between both exams. So both exams are aimed at pre-university students planning to make the next step in higher education. Both will evaluate how well you can combine your listening, reading, writing, and speaking skills. And of course, you have to pay a fee to take both tests. The fee depends on where you take it, but generally they are about $150 to $250. There are, however, some differences. So the focus of this course is the TOEFL exam, but it's important to determine the difference between the TOEFL IBT and the IELTS exam. It depends on you and your circumstance. Okay, so before we move on, I want to take a minute to discuss the difference between the TOEFL IBT exam and the IELTS exam. Many students are confused which one to take or which one is easier, and that really depends on you and where you want to study abroad. But we can discuss the similarities and the differences between each test. So both of these exams are English language tests aimed at pre-university students who are planning to make the next step in higher education. Both will evaluate how well you can combine your listening, reading, writing, and speaking skills. And you have to pay a fee for both exams. The fee depends on where you take the test, but you can expect to pay somewhere between $150 to $250. Now, there are some differences. Both tests focus on the same thing, but they do it in different ways. So the most known difference between the IELTS and the TOEFL IBT exam concerns the speaking section. On the IELTS exam, you will speak with an interviewer, and they will determine your score. However, for the TOEFL exam, your speech will be recorded, and then that information that you say into the microphone will be sent to an examiner to score. The scoring system is also different. IELTS rates between 0 and 9, but you can get halfway points. TOEFL gives a more numerical SAT type grade, and it totals your scores from each area. Here, this is a breakdown of the number of questions you will see in each section and the time you will have to complete it. Okay, so now we've discussed the differences between the TOEFL exam and the IELTS. Remember, this course is focused on TOEFL IBT. And on the screen, you will see a breakdown of the number of questions you will have in each section and the time you will have to complete it. In case you were confused, an integrated task on the TOEFL IBT will require you to use more than one skill. For example, you might have to listen to a conversation or a lecture and then respond in the speaking section. Or you might have to listen to or read something before you write. The independent task will not require you to do outside reading or listening to answer the question.